Yes, what it do, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Late for the Party on Anchor FM. I am your host, Melodious, aka Coverboy, the Modern Marvel. That's right, you guys. And this is going to be an In My Mind segment of a prediction that I already did, a episode that I did previously that was about Streets of Rage 4 and when is the DLC going to come out. And this is going to be a continuation of that, because even though that was back when I did that podcast, in around November? I did that in November, and we're already in January, and yet we have not heard a thing. .emu hasn't said anything or did a release date of when they're going to do any DLC or when they're going to come out, even though they did say that yes, DLC is going to be on the way, but there's not an ETA when they will drop it. But I mean, keep in mind, we're already in January. The game came out April 30th of last year, and that's almost 2-3 months away from, or 4 months away, 4 months away from April in general. So, I mean, almost 5 months if you think about it, because it'll be April 30th will be the anniversary of when Streets of Rage 4 came out. So, I mean, keep in mind, when .emu announced that they were gonna Streets of Rage was in August of 2018. So, and keep in mind, 2 years later, April 30th of last year, we got the game. And I mean, this is probably one of the most consistent games that I've actually played. Oh my god, this game brings it back to the arcade beat 'em ups, to where it's you're popping quarters, or if anybody had a Sega Genesis, I mean, everybody knows that Streets of Rage was Streets of Rage, and Streets of Rage 2 was definitely one of those top games. Probably one of the greatest games of all time, honestly. Next to the Sonic series, Streets of Rage was up there and right up on that level, and I'd say definitely one of my top 5 greatest games of all times in general. And Streets of Rage 4 didn't disappoint. It didn't disappoint at all. Aside from all the patches and the updates that they've done on the game, it's a well-rounded game, and I like playing it. It's definitely one of those games that you want to just, if you want to just vent your frustrations and just go ham on just random bad guys and beat the snot locker out of them. So it's honestly that's my type of game I like playing, and the fact that you can set up combos and wall juggle and everything. So I mean, definitely one of those games and definitely it's a dope game to play with friends too. So if you're playing online, or if you're playing right now, if you got somebody to play with at your house, definitely it's one of those games to play. But now we're moving on to the prediction scenario. So right now, like I said, they have been in the dark. They went radio silence after they announced most of the stuff. They said that they would bring out DLC, but they would bring out DLC, but they're not certain when that DLC will come out. So, okay, that's fine, but how would the DLC, we're waiting a whole entire year just for a character? No, I'm sorry. You're going to have to do a lot more than just a character. Now, keep in mind, COVID kind of, put everything on the back burner when it comes down to, getting things out and pushing. We don't need a cyberpunk 2077 incident, but honestly, I mean, for Streets of Rage, I don't think we're going to have that kind of problem. But I understand if they're trying to do this and they want to make a polished game, and I mean, it's already polished in my eyes. I mean, even though they did a little tweaking here and there, but then honestly, it's still a fun game to even get down on. And if anybody who hasn't got it now, you could get it for all 3 consoles. You could get it for Steam. I think they're fetching for like 20, like maybe 29 to 34 bucks or something like that. And it's definitely a game worth buying straight out. So, oh man, but like I said, but the DLC, I think it has to be, for me, honestly, the DLC has to be an expansion pack to the story of what's already happened within the game, like a continuation. So, I mean, you would consider it to being a brand new game after that, because if you're just gonna add extra characters to the game that's already been, I mean, it doesn't really do nothing for the story if you're already just adding brand new characters. No, I feel what they're going to do at this point, they are definitely going to start adding a story. They have to add a plot. They have to add a continuation with the story. Will they continue on with the Y twins being the vocal villains of maybe so. They still have obviously they had enough pull in the game to have all the commotion go on within the game. You know, like what happens to the characters from this point? Do the initial 4 characters get kidnapped? I mean, I could see that. I mean, hell, you could add with the Adam being like the head of the pack, you know, you could add the policewoman Estelle, who was a boss in the game. You could have her as a playable character, because obviously everybody wants her as a playable character, so do I. Then you have Shiva, who, I mean, when he was a bad guy, but he was a playable character as in the DLC. When you're playing Streets of Rage is his version of him. And then Max, add him into it. I mean, if you want to add a new character, I mean, you could. I mean, but if anything, hell, bring in Skate, you know, have him being like 22 years old now. 22-year-old Eddie Hunter, you know? I mean, he would damn near be a brand new character in general, due to the fact that when you were playing him in Streets of Rage, he had to be at least, 12 or 13 years old. So now, if you're saying like 10, 12 years later for this game, for Streets of Rage 4, he has to be at least 22. Now, is he going to be wearing rollerblades at the age of 22? I don't think so. So, you would have to, Skate would actually be a brand new character with a different moveset. He would probably be a smaller version of his brother, and maybe give him new techniques and whatnot. That kind of similar to how he was, but without the skates in general. So, who knows? I mean, there could be so much they could do for this game. I'm looking forward to it because, don't get me wrong, I haven't anticipated this much in a game since Final Fantasy, when they said Final Fantasy VII was getting a remake, and then we finally get it this last year. Wow, I'm saying last year already. 2020 is gone. But, you know, honestly, it's like we're finally getting it. And honestly, like Streets of Rage, I've been waiting for that game to come out far longer than I've waiting for Final Fantasy VII, honestly. So, and for this game, honestly, I need that. I need more. I need more of this. You know, if we're waiting this long, bring out a brand new story. Bring out an expansion story to where the Y twins escape from jail. They kidnap Axel, Blaze. They kidnap the crew in the beginning. So now you got these new guys that you play with, and then when you beat the game, then you can play the whole story with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then with new characters, bring back some OG villains from the Streets of Rage 2 and 3. You know, bring Mona and Lisa back. That would be hardcore. You know, I mean, they got some options. They bring a brand new villain. Bring a brand new villain who, shit, I don't know. They started doing freaking robots and everything. So bring in the clones, bring in the robots. You know, I like the concept. I want to play as Max. I want to play as Estelle. I want to play as Skate. Hell, I'll even play as Rue and Zan. You know what I'm saying? Bring them back into the fold. Give us more playable characters. I mean, of course, it's going to take a little bit of time due to the fact that they're hand-drawing this stuff. So, I mean, they're hand-drawing it. It takes time to do all that. I understand. But keep that in mind. You're not giving us a release date because you don't want to disappoint your fans that you already got going with it, and you want to do the best you. I mean, you don't want to rush stuff like this. Let's learn the lessons let's learn the lessons what happened with Cyberpunk. Okay, that. I'm not even going to get into that. I haven't even done a podcast about that one yet. But honestly, I feel that we definitely need more Streets of Rage. I need more Streets of Rage. I want to play more Streets of Rage. Hell, I might just fire it up and do a live stream of me playing that in a minute. So, like I said, man, that's my prediction on it. Obviously, we might hear something maybe in April, the anniversary of the game. If we haven't heard anything, we probably might get an announcement maybe by like February or something. Hopefully, an announcement in February to where DLC is going to be in the anniversary pack, or like an anniversary pack. Anniversary expansion pack to Streets of Rage 4 for its first year anniversary, where you get 4 brand new playable characters. Where you get Max, you get Skate, you get older Skate, you get Estelle, and you get like freaking Shiva. You know, I could see that, and then like, you know, within the game you could get to play as Rue and Zan. You know what I'm saying? That'd be hardcore. You know, honestly, I think I just gave you guys like some ammunition and leverage. So if not everybody else has been doing it too, but hey, either way, I'm a satisfied customer. I just want more. You know what I'm saying? So .emu, Lizard Cube, Sega, all you guys who put y'all work into this, bring us some more Streets of Rage for real. But like I said, I'm going to get off the hook. Like I said, this is the In My Mind segment on Late for the Party on Anchor FM and Late for the Party live on Facebook and YouTube. So, but I will be uploading all of this. So please like, comment, share, subscribe, and support the podcast and the YouTube channel. The links will be in the description once I upload all of this to my social media. All of that will be in the description. Also, check out all the cool merch on Teespring.com at the Late for the Party store. So, either way, you guys, I am your host, Melodious, a.k.a. Coverboy, the Martyr Marvel, also known as the Madman Harry LaBrea. So, either way, like always, if you're going to be late for the party, turn it up to 11.